Hello and welcome to Friday Night Football. I'm I'm George Kopf, your commentator for tonight's football game. We are set for kickoff. We are set for kickoff with the football players going in for the coin toss. Once again, it's your St. John the 23rd Lions against Brook Hill Guard. And as the fellas shake hands, we are going to get ready to go. We have our team captains. We have number 3, Ian Craig. Number 5, Keegan O'Connor. Number 60, Alex Sikafus. And number 22, Tommy Lloyd. The big story of the game here is the Lions trying to get their first win of the season. We're hoping for some good football tonight. And the Lions are getting the football to start off the first half. The Brook Hill will defer to the second half. We are just about ready for kickoff. And for those of you that are watching, it's American night here at St. John the 23rd, with our student section all wearing patriotic red, white, and blue. And for those that can't make it, we're glad you are able to join us on this first ever edition of Friday Night Football on Lion Sports Network. We're going with the old style one commentator until further notice, but we hope until we get another mic, and we hope you guys will enjoy our coverage. And here we go. No. And we are ready to go, and here we go. And Ian, Ian takes it from the 20, and he gets to about the 25-yard line where he's tackled. That's where the Lions are going to start for tonight's football game, at the 25-yard line. And filling in for the injured Ben Turner tonight is Mark Lloyd, making his second start of the season. Mark is a senior, and he has plenty of experience at quarterback. And as we take the first snap of the football game, 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. And nice carry by, and it's a nice run by Mark, taking it for himself. He's going to have gotten only about 2 yards on that one. So it's 2nd and 8 as we continue this first drive. And we like to give you the first drive, which is in part by Houston Methodist, the official health care provider for the St. John 23rd College Preparatory. As we take the second snap here, and Nolan Deers, sophomore, is going to take it for a about 4-yard gain. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 6 yards to go. The Lions are in the red helmets with the red unis all red out, and the Brook Hill Guard are in the white with orange pants and white helmets. Here's snap, and and Tommy Lloyd gets outside, and he's going to get to about the 30-yard line, bringing up a 3-and-out for the Lions offense, and about a 4th down and 5. It's going to bring on the punt team here. Not too bad of a first drive, but it could have been good. What we've seen from so far, about 4 yards for the Lions. And the punt, and that's a excellent punt to about the 34-yard line. Gonna bring up 1st and 10 from there for the guard. And here we go. Here coming up with the first possession for the guard, and they're gonna get a pretty good gain for about 3 yards on the carry. Number 21 for the guard. And has a beautiful evening here for football, and we got a flag on the field. And it's going to be a false start on the offense, but pushing back a few 5 yards, but given a second and 12 for the guard. And that just did not look right again. That's another false start. It's gonna push him back another 5 yards. We're gonna try 2nd down again. So far, 2 penalties committed by the guard. And we see some more motion in the backfield before they were set, bringing up another false start. And that's gonna push it back another 5 yards. 2nd and about half the football field to go. No, just take it. Brook Hill's gonna take it for about 3 yards after forward progress stops them, and that's gonna bring up a long 3rd down for the guard. The Lions defense has been very improved this year, getting 2 interceptions. And forcing a few sacks was bringing lots of pressure. The defensive line is very improved as they hope for a first win today. And they're going to bring pressure. Guard's going to get about to the 40, and he's going to get rolled up at about the 42-yard line after a screen to the right side of the field. And that's going to bring up a 4th down and 3 to go. And a good wrap up by number 21, Zig Sanchez, also senior. And Sig is going to get the wrap up for the 4th down stop. And that's going to bring a turnover on downs, giving the Lions a beautiful field position, putting them on the 40-yard line. 1st and 10, got to get to the 30. It'll be our 2nd chance to see the offense. And the atmosphere it's booming here in Katy. And for our out-of-state folks, we're glad you're able to join us. As Mark Lloyd's about to take the snap here on 1st down. And snap's he's gonna keep him himself, and he's gonna get about He's going to get about a yard on the carry. Bringing up a 2nd and 9. That gives Mark about 7 yards rushing today. For those who do not know, the Lions offense is running a triple option this year. They are improving that offense, especially with a bigger fullback in the backfield, along with 2 very mobile running backs, Ben Turner and Mark Lloyd, of course. Would look to see the pass today. Pretty improved passing game with Ian Craig and Keegan O'Connor on the right side, looking on the front side. And Mark's pass is tipped. Thankfully, not intercepted. It was intended for Keegan O'Connor, senior, and that's going to bring up about 3rd and 9, a long 3rd down in guard territory, as the Lions hope to make some ground. And it's a pitch out to the right to Tommy Lloyd, and he's gonna slip up before he gets tackled right at the 43-yard line. And there's about 6.5 minutes left in the first quarter, and the Lions are gonna be punting after their 2nd offensive possession. Gonna hope to back up the guard in some field position, and a beautiful punt by Mark Lloyd, and number 3 is going to return it, and he's going to get through the pile and get to about the 32-yard line, where the guard's going to start their 2nd offensive possession, which brings the defense back on. We're glad you're able to join us for tonight's first ever Lions Sports Network broadcast, live Lions Sports Network broadcast. And for those that aren't familiar with the organization, we are the sports broadcasting group on campus, and we are bringing you a live pregame show from now for every home game, along with multiple. And as I say that, Tommy Lloyd recovers a fumble, picks up a fumble and recovered by the Lions. It's going to be a big turnover by the guard. The Lions are going to get the turnover, and giving the Lions excellent field position here in the about 4 minutes left in the first quarter. I apologize. There's about 6 minutes left in the first quarter, which brings us halfway through. And it's looking like a little bit of a mud pit out there. Definitely going to affect the ball carrying today. And Mark's going to drop back. He's throwing. He's looking for. He hits Keegan O'Connor with a great pass. What a fantastic throw by Mark, putting them inside the red zone, and that's good enough for a first down. The Lions, for the first time this season, are in a great position, and unfortunately, it's going to come back after an offensive pass interference, which is very unlikely, or very rare, but it's going to bring up a repeat of first down. And that's going to push him back 15 yards, not 10 yards for pass interference. And it's pushing them back into their own territory for the Lions. First and 10. First and 25. And Mark's going to take the ball himself, and he's going to get and he's breaks a few tackles, gets back to the line of scrimmage, bringing up another long second down. As I was continuing earlier, the Lion Sports Network, we're bringing you as many varsity home football, soccer, baseball, basketball, softball, football, but most importantly, bringing you live pregame, a live pregame show before every home football game, Lions game day. Last week we had Mrs. McCready, a higher level English teacher, on our show, and she went 7-3 with her picks. So there's some competition. And Mark Lloyd's going to roll out to his left, and he can't quite find Keegan O'Connor. Definitely there's some slipping there on between the 40 and 50 on this side of the football field. Definitely is already looking like a mud pit. But that's what makes football great. And that's going to bring up a long third down still after that offensive pass interference penalty has definitely pushed them back.
4 minutes, 45 seconds left in the quarter.
With about 4 minutes and 45 seconds left in the opening quarter, the Lions are going to try to convert here on a big third down. And Mark rolls out to his left, and he can't quite find Ian Craig this time on the left side of the field. It's going to bring out the punting and special teams. Just a little bit. And the punt by Mark Lloyd. And that's going to be a good punt, punting it out of bounds just at the 20-yard line. Giving the guard field position inside at their 20. And as we didn't do it earlier, we have some big playmakers on the defense. And let's talk about them for a second. We've got Alex Sikafus on the D line. Definitely look for him to bring some pressure, along with Taylor Shugart also on the defensive line, help to bring some pressure. But for now, it's Tyler Skinner and Ian Craig making the tackle, pushing the tally marker to second down and about 10 yards to go. And number 5 passes to number 10 for the nice play. And Zig Sanchez, what a night he is having. What a play. And he's just on fire today. That is his third tackle, including one to stop a fourth down. And that's definitely going to be a free play. It looks like the Lions may have jumped a little too early, and indeed they did. It's going to push Brook Hill up to a more manageable 3rd and 5. And that pass is incomplete, bringing about 4th down as the Lions defense pushes another 3rd and out.
4th down for Brook Hill, 4th and about 4.
And that's going to And we're going to have Keegan and Ian in the backfield trying to receive the punt. Uh, and they bring in a play here, and they're punting it, and that is a good punt to about the 38-yard line where he's going to pick it up, and Ian's going to get out there to about the 45-yard line. That's where the Lions are going to start their next possession of the first half.
First and 10 for the Lions. Ball will be marked at the 44-yard line.
And don't forget, in the fourth quarter, we are going to release our Players of the Game nominees on our Twitter page. And we'll announce that towards the end of the game. So look out for that. Definitely might see Zig Sanchez on that list with the big presence he's had today. But Mark steps up in the pocket. He's going to hand off to Nolan, and he's going to break a few tackles, but get about 3 yards on the carry, bringing up second down at about 7. And the student section is getting pretty hyped up right now. They're enjoying themselves after what the men on the field have produced here, specifically those in red. As we watch out here for the second down. And Mark's going to hand it off to hand it to Tommy for the carry. And that's going to put it at midfield for a third and about 5 yards to go. The rushing on that you could definitely characterize the offense as a running offense. Definitely seen some passes today too. So this offense is definitely improved in the last 2 games we've seen them. Here we go. And Mark's gonna hand it off, and Tommy Lloyd again is gonna get about 2 yards, and that's gonna push the possession into guard territory. But that's not enough for a first down, bringing up a fourth down and about 4 yards to go. And a decent snap from Andrew Blick. But it's going to bring a good punt. And that's going to be a good punt. Makes the best of a good situation. Pinning the guard deep in lines in guard territory. They're going to start the drive at about their own 3-yard line. And as we near the end of the first quarter, definitely seen a different Lions team today. A good one, a team for the better here as Brook Hill takes the ball from the inside their own territory, and number 5's gonna look out, and that's almost intercepted. Nice pass broken up by Nolan Deers on great coverage. But there is some laundry on the field. And that's going to be an illegal formation on the offense. I'm sorry, an illegal receiver down, ineligible receiver downfield. And that's gonna push the guard back to about their 2 yard line. And we got another first down. And number 21's gonna get a big gain. A big gain. And he's gonna take it to the house. But there is a flag on the field. There there is a flag. And it looks like and it looks like that one's coming back on an illegal chop block on the offense, pushing them back even deeper into their territory, bringing up another first down, another replay of the first down. And the Lions are lucky to have that one come back, but definitely a clear chop block on the offense. And Brook Hill's going to hand it off, and we see there's another flag on the field. It's going to push the guard back just even a little bit more, another half the distance to the goal penalty, and that's a false start penalty. Pushing the guard back to their, looks like their own 1.5 yard line. Quarterback takes the snap. He handed it off, and that's gonna get them a little bit more breathing room. And there is another flag on the field. And that's a good tackle with Keegan O'Connor. And there is another flag on the field. That's a loss of 2 yards. And the quarterback takes the snap, and he sees a man, and he takes him himself, and he's going to get to about the 8 yard line. But after all those penalties and all those plays, they're going to be just short. And that is a 4th and 4. And that is the end of the first quarter. Your score, Guard 0, Lions 0. And as we reach the end of the first quarter, we'll bring you a college football heads up as we have College Game Day reporting live from New York City, Times Square to be exact, kicking off the morning, along with some big games including TCU and Oklahoma State in Stillwater, Oklahoma, along with Arkansas and Texas A&M going off in Arlington. But really the big game of the week's got to be the Penn State Nittany Lions playing off in Iowa City against the Hawkeyes. Watch that one on Upset Watch. But as we come out here for the start of the second quarter, we see the student section do the wave, getting the parents involved as well. And And as we see the Brook Hill Guard get ready to punt the football, and that's gonna get to Keegan O'Connor about the 50-yard line, and he's gonna juke a few men, and he's gonna get about a 7-yard carry, putting them in guard territory at the 43-yard line, where they'll start the first possession of the second quarter. And any any viewer out there that's wanting to communicate with us, just follow us on our Twitter page and give us give us a shout out. We'll try to get to you as we can at halftime. And stay tuned after halftime. But Mark Lloyd's gonna take it, and he's gonna get swallowed and pushing them back to about the 50-yard line, midfield. I'm being told that I should have a word of the week, but I think today's word will be coming up in about halfway through the second quarter. We'll get you there. As the Lions line up here for second down and about 15 yards to go. Got Tommy in the backfield. Mark's gonna step back. He sees Ian on the right side of the field at about the 43-yard line. 43-yard line, giving it back to the original line of scrimmage with a third down. And as we get ready here for a long third down, just watch the offense here for the Lions. As Mark has 2 men in the backfield, he drops back. He's getting, and he's gonna throw it away after getting pressured, bringing up a 4th down and 10 at about the 43-yard line. And as I was mentioning earlier, don't forget to stay tuned for our halftime report. We're gonna bring you the cheer performances along with the band. And we're going to talk about the first half real quick and get you some scoreboard updates in college football and other games going on. And a good punt by Mark Lloyd, and that's going to drop, and Brook Hill's going to pick it up and get tackled at about the 25. At about the 13-yard line. Great tackle. And there is a flag. There is a flag on the field on that punt. And we're going to see what the ref. Get on the ref. Get on the ref. Get on the ref. And it's a hand to the face on Brook Hill. And that's going to negate the whole punting situation on a hands to the face penalty. And that's going to keep the Lions offense on the field for a Lions first down. And that's only the second one of the day of the evening, but good enough to get the Lions deeper into territory. And we got to stop at the clock. And we're here with another first down here for the Lions as they take it inside guard territory. Bark's going to hand it off, and there's a fumble, and it's recovered by the Lions. Picked it back up on a bad handoff, but there definitely was a good pickup by Mark, saving the possession. And as Mark looks to the sideline, gets ready for on the second down play. Trying to get to the 19-yard line, 18-yard line. And Mark gets pressured, and he's gonna get hit hard, but throws it incomplete to avoid the sack. And it's gonna now bring up third down. And the Lions here are going to have third down and about 12 yards to go. Trying to get just a little bit more into field goal range for Austin Angelo, the junior kicker. And Mark rolls out. And that pass is incomplete. Incomplete to Keegan O'Connor, bringing up a fourth down. And the Lions are going to take a timeout, which means we've got time to talk more college football. As we've got a good game going on. And we've got a good one down in Palo Alto tomorrow. UCLA takes on the Stanford Cardinal. The Trees in Chapel Hill. We have a good matchup that usually is good for basketball, but good for baseball. We got Duke and UNC battling it out for the victory bell. In one of the bigger games of the day, we've got Mississippi State, undefeated Mississippi State, taking on undefeated Georgia inside the hedges in Athens, Georgia. And we've got a team looking here on upset watch this week. Texas Tech facing U of H down in Houston. And we've got a big high school game going on. Katy High School is facing Cinco Ranch in the new stadium. We'll get you some updates later in the halftime report. And we take and another timeout's going to be taken by the Lions. That's their second. Which let's update you on some baseball scores. We know the postseason's just around the corner. The Angels and Astros are battling it out at Minute Maid Park, getting 0-0 in the top of the second inning. The Rays and Orioles in a battle for the AL wild card are in the middle of the fifth inning. Rays leading the Orioles 7-3. And in golf, we have the Tour Championship going on this weekend, and Justin Thomas at 7 under is tied with Paul Casey and Simpson, all at 7 under. That's being played at East Lake Golf Course in Atlanta, Georgia. And for those of you Jordan Spieth fans, he's at 3 under par. We'll get you some NCAA football here. Virginia and Boise State are tied at 7-7 at the end of the first quarter. But we come back to Lions football. Mark takes the snap and he throws, and he misses his receiver Ian Craig. And that's gonna be the first turnover of the football game for the Lions, giving the guard the football back. And with just under 9 minutes in the first half to go, we still have a tie score, 0-0. Or as some people like to call it, goose egg to goose egg. Brook Hill takes over here, and number 21 gets a big gain of about 8 yards to go. And that's going to bring up a short second down and about 3 yards. And that's going to be a big first down for Brook Hill. And it's going to be a good wrap-up at the 45-yard line. By and we've got a nice smell here in the press box. Number 18 on the ball carrier for Brook Hill, and they're going to mark him. They're going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Good enough for a Brook Hill first down. I'm sorry, they're going to mark him just short. 3rd and about 1 yard to go. And they're going to run it, and he's going to get a big gain, and he's going to get a big gain. Number 18 of Brook Hill on the big carry, and that's going to push him into the red zone. And Brook Hill and the quarterback takes the ball, and he's going to get the pile still moving, and they're going to mark him at about the 50-yard line with about 5 yards to go. And the ball carrier's going to take it, and he's going to and the ball carrier goes the ball goes into the end zone, but they're going to spot that he did go out of bounds at about the 2-yard line. 1st and goal for the guard, and that's going to lead to the game's first touchdown. The Lions give up the first touchdown of this game with about halfway through the second quarter, and Brook Hill is going to attempt the extra point. It looked there for a second they were going to try to go for 2. And the kick is up, and it's good. That's going to lead to a 7-0 Brook Hill guard. lead. As we take a timeout on the field.
Ladies and gentlemen, all the Lions dads out there, got an open invitation. New organization is the Dads Club. They are taking up signatures. If you want to sign up, come on down over by the concession stand.
And we'll keep you updated with some college football going on. Again, we still have a 7-7 score in Boise. Boise State and Virginia battling out there on the blue turf. And coming up later tonight, we have Utah and Arizona and a Pac-12 showdown. Utah is ranked number 23 in the nation, coming in with a 3-0 record. And for those hockey fans out there, the NHL season has come back to life as we begin another possession here for the Lions. And he's going, and Keegan O'Connor's going to break a tackle, and he's going to get to about the 30-yard line, giving them the possession at that 30-yard line for the Lions, 1st and 10. And that's going to bring up a 1st down for the Lions. Sorry about that static there. And our cameraman, I have to say, is doing a fantastic job giving you as best the coverage as we can get here inside the press box. 1st and 10, and I see some movement on the. Oh no, not movement. There was a delay game on the offense, but gonna push him back just 5 yards. Nothing that's insurmountable. And the light has turned into darkness here in Katy, Texas, with a beautiful sunset in the west. And Mark's gonna break away, but he's gonna throw it away just before he gets tackled. Ian couldn't quite make that catch, but it did looked like it was going to be just a nice ball thrown away. Bring up 2nd down and about 8 to no. Brings up 2nd down. Excuse me. And on 2nd down, and the ball's loose, but it looks like the Lions recovered it, pushing them back. Pushing them way back, so it's going to be 3rd down and about 15 to go. And we see a quick substitution there. And once again, don't forget about the player of the game. Coming up, announced later in the 4th quarter. And there's some movement on the field. And it looks like it's going to be another delay of game. And with about 5 minutes left in the 1st half, the Lions are deep in their own territory. Looking at a 3rd and about Third and about 18 to go. And the quarterback snaps it. He throws, and that's just high to Brennan Jr. Just over his head, bringing up a fourth and long situation for Mark here to punt it away. And the returner is lined up at about the 50-yard line, looking for a good punt here from Mark. Good snap. And a great punt. He's going to pick it up at about the 43-yard line, but he's going to get tackled. Only a 2-yard return, or 3-yard return, putting him at the 47-yard line. And the Lions defense goes back onto the field with less than 5 minutes remaining here in the first half. And don't forget about our halftime show featuring the St. John the 23rd marching band along with the St. John the 23rd Crimson Cadets and the St. John the 23rd cheerleading squad. As the Brook Hill ball carrier takes it, and he's going to get pushed back behind the line by no other than Zig Sanchez. And that's his 4th tackle of the day. I'm telling you, this man's a beast. He's got 3 tackles and 2 tackles for a loss, and that's gonna be a free play. And that's a free play, but the pass is completed to the 40-yard line, and that offside is gonna be declined by the Lions by the Brook Hill offense, putting the ball at the 40-yard line, 1st and 10 for the guard offense. Zig Sanchez, he's been a beast. He's had 2 tackle for losses, including the turnover downs early in this game. And once again, he brings even more pressure. And once again, no other than Zig. Can't restate it enough. Number 21 on the Lions defense, Zig just is a beast, but he gets away on 21 on the offense. He's going to be too fast, and that's going to be a Brook Hill guard touchdown on a run play to the right-hand side of the football field. And that's going to bring the guard to line up again in this strange formation. Looking like they're going to go for 2. But then they're moving formation again to go for the extra point, trying to make this game a 14-0 game. And the kick is up, and it is good, making it a 14-0 lead. 14-0 guard lead with about 3.5 minutes left in the first half. And as we take this quick little short timeout to reset the game here, we're gonna get you back up to date on more sports scores, but more importantly, the Cubs and Brewers battling out in the NL Central in the postseason race. It's the Brewers taking this one so far, 3-2 in the 4th inning. And back to that game in Boise is still 7-7 with about 9 minutes and 45 seconds left in the second quarter. So lots of good sports going on out there, including the one that we're looking at right now with a nice short kick. And that's going to be a good return by Keegan. By Ian Craig, sorry. Ian Craig with about the 5-yard return. Giving the Lions the ball at the 37-yard line. Bringing the Lions offense out again here in this first half. And we'll see what they can do in 3 minutes and 20 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Got 2 men in the backfield for the St. John 23rd offense. Here's the snap. Mark's gonna hand it off. And he's not gonna get. He's gonna lose about 1.5 yards. And that is Brook Hill's gonna take a timeout with about just under 3 minutes to go. We've talked NCAA football. Let's talk some Sunday football. NFL. We got some.
Oh, it doesn't matter. He's a fucking quarterback.
We've got some big games. We've got the Texans and the Patriots playing in Foxborough, Massachusetts. With a big game along with the Eagles playing the the Seahawks playing the Titans in Tennessee. And we've got some big games. Always big games in the NFL, it seems like. We'll get you that Eagles opponent here in a second. The Giants are playing the Eagles in a division matchup. Right. And for those, again, the NFL, the Rams did win last night, 41-39 on Thursday Night Football over the 49ers. As we get back to action here, Mark takes the snap. He drops back. He's getting pressured. He throws. And that is complete. That is complete to Keegan O'Connor. And that's good for a first down for the Lions offense. For their third first down of the ball game. Spotting the ball in guard territory at about the 43-yard line. With a nice catch again by Keegan O'Connor, giving the student section some life after the play. And Mark takes the ball. He's looking to throw, and that is an incomplete pass by Keegan O'Connor, trying to make 2 back-to-back outstanding plays, but can't quite get it done. And with about 2 minutes and 56 seconds left on the clock, we see a second down, trying to see if the Lions can't get a score in here. And Mark takes the snap. He sees some pressure, and he's gonna get sacked. And it looks like a shoe came off there as well on the 50-yard line. And there's gonna be a timeout called by Brook Hill, their second timeout of the first half. We did see a shoe come off in that timeout. And once again, we're gonna get you to the halftime show here coming after the end of the first half. We'll have the Crimson Cadets, the cheerleading squad, and the St. John 23rd marching band, along with some first half analysis, provided we have time. And we'll get you caught up on the sports world and what's going on as we get ready for play to reset here on 3rd down and about 15 to go after the sack. And Mark takes the snap. He's going to drop back quite a bit, and he's going to get tackled and hit up. Tommy Lloyd there trying to make the catch. It's going to bring up a long 4th down. And Mark takes the snap, and he's going to punt it. To about the 3-yard line, about the 5-yard line. And that's going to back up the guard, trying to see what they can do with about 2.5 minutes left in the first half. And the student section is getting all ready to go. And Brook and the guard get a big play. But Keegan makes a big tackle, enormous tackle, I should say, stopping a touchdown, but getting them to about the 26-yard line. As we see the hurry-up offense from the guard. And 21 is going to get about 5-6 yards, but there is a flag on the play. And there is a personal foul against Brook Hill, pushing them way back into their own territory. And that's going to bring up it's going to be a repeat of 1st down at about the 16-yard line. And let's look to see if the defense can hold them down here inside their own territory. And there's about 2 minutes left. We've reached the 2-minute mark. We've reached the 2-minute mark of the first half. We have a clock stoppage here. Some mismatch here on the Lions defense. Looks like they got it squared away. And quarterback's in the shotgun. He steps back. Sycophus brings some pressure, and it is a screen. And they make a good tackle on a 5-yard gain. Still, still second down and long to go. Quarterback's gonna hand it off, and he's gonna juke a few guys out, but only gets about another 5-yard gain, bringing up a third down and about 12 to 13 yards to go.
Third and long, 30, 13, 30, 13.
With Ian Craig bringing the tackling. Defense lines up. Quarterback takes us out, and it's a fumble. And it is a fumble recovered by Alex Sikafus on great pressure brought. And the Lions puts them in good field position with a chance to score before the first half is over. Here on about the 13-yard line, 1st and 10. And we'll see if Mark can't get the score. And here we go. Here's the 1st and 10 after the turnover.
10 seconds. 5.
And Mark takes the snap, and he gets pressured. And that's going to be intended for Brennan Sierra, a junior transfer. It's going to bring up a second down. Less than a minute here to go in the first half. Exactly 53 seconds. The Lions with a chance to score.
How's my student body doing out there? Wow, really?
And of course, the clock stops on that last incomplete pass. And Mark Lloyd is going to take the snap. He's going to throw. And that's going to be intended, and it's complete to Keegan O'Connor at about the 8-yard line. And the clock keeps ticking, trying to see if the Lions can't score, but they're going to call a timeout. The Lions are going to call a timeout, as we can see, if the Lions can't score.
Field goal ready. It's 3rd down. So
With a 3rd down and about 6 yards to go once the timeout is taken. This one being a 30-second timeout. With 34 seconds on the clock. And the student section is getting hyped up. They want to see a touchdown.
Lions looking to punch it in. 34 seconds left on the clock. 3rd down. Here we go.
Here we go.
step and throw.
And he's going to, Mark's going to throw. He sees the man. No, he's going to take it himself. And he's going to get to about the 6-yard line, but there is a flag. And that's going to be a holding coming back, and that play's coming back. It's on the offense. And they're going to bring it back to about the 19-yard line. And Austin Angelo, the junior kicker, is definitely ready for a field goal if necessary. And Mark looks to the sideline. It still is third down with 24 seconds to go. Offense has got the play.
25 seconds on the clock.
2 men in the backfield. And Mark's going to take the snap. He sees a man. Oh, and it's just out of his hands. Incomplete to Keegan O'Connor. Couldn't quite make a catch. And looks like the field goal unit's going to come on the field. Bringing up fourth down. And Keegan O'Connor is the holder for Austin Angelo, the junior kicker. And the kick is up. And it's just short. No good. And with that, the Lions turnover a turnover on downs. And the guard will have 16 seconds to see what they can do with it. And the field goal was no good on Austin Angelo's first attempt of the season. And the guard could hand it off to number 21. The ball carrier, he's going to get a first down, and he's going to get some more room to run. Get him out to about the 45-yard line.
Ball carrier able to knock down about 9 seconds on the clock.
Getting out of bounds.
Puts us down to 7 seconds before the half. Timeout taken by Brook Hill.
And Brook Hill's going to use their third and final timeout of the first half. It's a 30-second timeout,
Good time to remind everybody.
which gives us a chance
Knights of Columbus have been cooking for a couple hours.
to get you updated with the scores again just before halftime.
Candies, goodies,
Specifically,
come on down and get you some. Half the proceeds come back.
specifically that Virginia-Boise State game, the only other college football game going on today. And it's Virginia has taken the lead 14-7 with about 4 minutes left in the second quarter. But they are driving, they are in the red zone. I know a lot of Virginia Tech fans may not appreciate that one, but Boise State has a chance to get a big win on their home turf. But meanwhile, Brook Hill's gonna get Brook Hill's gonna get a nice completed pass, but there is a flag, and it's a roughing the passer on the defense on the Lions, and that's gonna push the guard, give him an additional 15 yards, putting them inside the 30-yard line with an additional chance to put points on the board. And with 4 seconds on the clock, they are going to attempt a field goal. This is about a 47-yard field goal. And the kick is up. And it is no good. It is just short. And with that, the first half comes to a close. Your score, Brook Hill Guard 14, the St. John, the 23rd Lions 0. And for now, we will bring you the halftime show with the marching band. With the marching band, the cheer squad, and the Crimson Cadets.
2017-2018 St. John the 23rd Varsity Cheerleaders. Out on the field for varsity squad for cheerleaders, your freshmen. All-American, Claire Ryder. Freshman, All-American, Key O'Connor. Sophomore, Sophie Parent. Sophomore All-American, Caitlin Chitwell. Sophomore, Melanie Harrow. Sophomore, Marion Bogard. Junior, Abigail Schnurbush. Junior All-American and Social Officer, Marisa Campisi. Senior, Anna Moore. Senior two-time All-American and Captain, Sarah Callahan. Senior two-time All-American and Captain, Dana Alexander. And last but certainly not least, please give a round of applause for our 2017-2018 mascot, PJ. That's none other than senior two-time All-American Griffin Alexander, ladies and gentlemen. The cheer team is under the direction of Ms. Juliana Miller. Please turn your attention to center field and show your support as your 2017-2018 varsity cheerleaders perform. Give a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. And tonight, for your halftime entertainment, the 2017-2018 St. John the 23rd Crimson Cadets Dance Team and the 2017 Lion Pride Marching Band will perform Land of a Thousand Dances. The Crimson Cadets are under the direction of Mrs. Alberta Pouzon. The Spirit Girl of the Week is Brooklyn Moore. The Crimson Cadet of the Week is Ella Marsh. Social Committee President Elizabeth Warnsher. The Spirit Leader is Cece Chibogu. The Crimson Cadet Manager and Historian is Lazarette Sumbe. And the Crimson Cadet Officers are Sophomore Lieutenant Veronica Ibarra and your Colonel Olivia Hillier. Tonight, the Crimson Cadets will be performing their field palm routine to run away. Ladies, your music is on. Give them a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. The 2017-2018 Crimson Cadets. And now, please welcome our 2017 edition of the Lion Pride Marching Band. The band is under the direction of Mrs. Wendy Elgrove, who is assisted by Mrs. Cecilia Peterson and Mr. Tristan Gallegos. The show for this marching season is titled The Sounds of Simon. This evening, the band will be performing the opener of their show, Bridge Over Troubled Water, and You Can Call Me Al, which features a piccolo and tuba duet performed by Andrea Ibanez and Casey McGuire, followed by the production, Still Crazy After All These Years, and The Sounds of Silence. This week's section goes to the alto saxophone. Congratulations, Sebastian Ramirez, Gabi Cano, Amanda Wall, Laurent Morelos, and their section leader, Robert Neeson. Drum majors, Luke Salvatini and Matthew De Guzman. Is your band ready? Lion Pride Marching Band, you may take the field for your halftime performance.
You good?
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give him a big round of applause.
And it was this.
What are you using? Oh, just OBS.
It's working. I gotta go on for my halftime report once I finish. You should you wanna listen to the game? Just go to YouTube, right? Lions Sports Network, and
Well, fuck it. Yeah,
just click on it and listen to it. Yeah.
George, what's the name right now?
Just tell them to look at Lions Sports Network. What? No, I have to do the halftime show.
Big round of applause for the marching band, ladies and gentlemen. Good time to once again remind you about our sponsor, Zip and Stroll, tradition title, Remax
It's
Academy Mortgage Corporation, Houston Methodist West.
why?
Like
Okay,
to thank our athletic trainer, Ms. Brittany Lloyd, out there all the time. MDC, Mills Development and Construction Incorporated, and K2 Dentistry. Big round for the sponsorship.
And we welcome you back to the halftime report. And as we get you some scores around the nation, along with some scores locally, that's why I'm saying close it. Close it or wipe it. So, at Legacy Stadium in KDISD, we've got a good one going on. Cinco Ranch is giving it all they have. It's 17-0 at halftime. In other news, we've got a hype student section here ready to go. But most especially, we got a good Astros game going on currently. It's 0-0 in the top of the 5th inning at Minute Maid. Virginia has sustained their touchdown lead, 21-14 at halftime. And in those NHL scores, the Predators, going back to the Stanley Cup finals, it's 3-0 Lightning. They're losing in the third period. We've got a good, St. Pius is winning also. Big, very big. I think it's 27-0 last time we looked at it. Well, we're going to preview next week's matchup. Second Baptist faces St. John 23rd in St. John 23rd's first away game. It's going to be a good one, especially if the Lions can come back and win this one. But for now, we're going to focus on this one, on this game, as the Lions take a lead, try to take a lead as they are down 14-0 at halftime. So here are some first half stats for you from tonight's game. So far, the Lions have forced 2 turnovers, that being 2 fumbles, one early in the first quarter or one late in the second half to attempt a field goal. The Lions have accredited 3 first downs. 3 first downs through the first half of play. And we'll take you through the scoring summary. It was a long touchdown pass for Brook Hill, along with a touchdown run, leading to a incomplete or a no good field goal by both sides, with Brook Hill ending the first half of play. As we get the traditional YMCA right before the second half kicks off, we've got a rowdy atmosphere so far in this next game. The students are still in it. We're gonna have a good one. don't forget, we will be back in 2 weeks on October the 6th with the St. Joseph's and versus the St. John 23rd Lions. Happens to be the homecoming football game here at SJ23 Stadium. Additionally, we will bring you one additional football game, senior night, St. Dominic Savio. 2 big games that they're gonna be 2 good ones. But for now, the Lions definitely their defense looks spectacular, forcing 2 turnovers. With those 2 scores, definitely gotta keep the pressure going and stop the run. The Lions offense is looking good, had some completed passes, just came up short with a missed field goal at the end of the first half. We're gonna have a good one here as the Lions come out of the locker room. It's the Lions and the Guard, the second half coming up on Lion Sports Network. And don't forget, at the end of the third quarter, we will be releasing our player of the game nominees. And currently one of the first players of the game is we have Zig Sanchez with 5 tackles, with 3 of those coming as tackle for losses, including 1 to stop an early guard drive. We have Keegan O'Connor, who's got a spectacular game, having been targeted 4 or 5 times and only missing 2 targeted passes, making a spectacular play here on the 40-yard line. As the Lions team comes on the sideline to get the crowd going again.
That is the horn, ladies and gentlemen. So that means it's time to get it on once again. Second half coming up.
The second half is almost here.
Third quarter is about to start.
Can't do anything?
Do it here. It's inside, yeah. Or yeah. Oh, it doesn't matter. It's fine. Let us know in the in our chat if you want to have the window up or down. That's good. And we're getting ready. Lions are gonna kick it off to the Guard to start the first half. Here we go. We are getting underway to.
Lions getting set to kick this off.
Here we go.
Waiting into the Austin
Would
getting ready. Let's hear it. Here we go.
and it's a nice kick to about the 5-yard line, and he's going to take it for a big return to about the 30-yard line. And what seems to be a block in the back did not get called on a bad. No penalty flags are seen, and the Guard is going to start at the 30-yard line. And for those of you wanting to know the bigger scores, we'll keep you up to date as best as we can. But for now, we're going to keep you up to date with this game going on in front of us. I'm George Kopf. Alongside me is my cameraman, Brett Bailey, as we're taking on this next second half. As the Guard, the referees are conferring. And it's going to be a delay of game on the defense, and that's going to move the ball about 5 yards, giving them It's got to move the ball 5 yards. And I know we have some viewers out there. Feel free to get in. We want to know. We want to hear all about you, where you're watching from, as Tyler Skinner gets a great tackle. And what a and Sycophus is going to make a nice tackle, both for a tackle for a loss, along with the one previously by Tyler Skinner, bringing up a long third down for the guards. Oh, and for those of you wondering the score, it's still 14-0 here at the start of the first half. And the guard quarterback draws back. He's getting pressured. He's getting run around. And that is going to be incomplete, bringing up a 4th down and a punt for the Brook Hill Guard.
Fourth down, and that's how we kick it off for the second half, ladies and gentlemen.
So people are wondering about how that delayed game was called in the defense. I'm not quite sure, but as soon as I figure it out, I will let you guys know. As that punt goes to the 30, the return goes to the 30-yard line, and that's where the Lions are going to get the first offensive possession of the first half. And the Lions take the snap, and that's going to be a good run. Nolan Deers with the run, getting him to the 39-yard line. That's going to be a second and 3. And here's the snap. And Mark Lade's going to get stuck behind the line, bringing up, but gets back to the line of scrimmage, bringing up a 3rd and about 4 yards to go. We hope you're enjoying our broadcast, our first ever live broadcast. And for those of you guys watching, third and about 4 yards to go here for the Lions as they're going to. Mark's going to take the snap, hands off. And there is a flag on the play. Tommy Lloyd took the snap. I see a flag. And that's a face mask penalty on the guard, moving the ball up 15 yards. That is a Lions first down, bringing almost halt, coming from a halt and drive to moving the chains, as they call it. Hope you are enjoying this drive. This is one of the better drives the Lions offense has had up to this point. And as I say that, Tommy Lloyd gets pushed back for -1 yards. Excuse me, they're going to mark him at, negative 2nd and 11. And and Mark Lloyd gets taken down, gets about 5 yards on the carry, bringing up a long 3rd down. And Mark looks for play, wiping his hands. It is wet out there. Here we go. 3rd and long, and Mark sees him, and that's way high, incomplete. Wasn't quite sure who was he looking at. But brings up a 4th down, and the punt team to come on. Brings up a big punt here. And that's a gorgeous punt to about the 15-yard line. And he gets stuffed at the 16-yard line. And Alex Sikafus bringing the pressure. The kabang. And I still don't think we decided on a word of the week.
7 minutes, 15 seconds.
But that doesn't matter as we see the Lions defense come here on the field for the second time in the second half. And the snap. And number 21, the ball carrier for guard. He's going to keep it, and he's going to get about 3 yards.
Short gain on the play brings up a 2nd down and 8.
And number 21's going to take it again. Jake Williams got the tackle there for the Lions, but the guard are facing a 3rd down. And it looks like there's a free play here. And they are saying he caught the football at the 47.5-yard line. And that's good enough for a 1st down. No flags on the play with a big reception. And we have agreed that the word of the week this week is bibble, which means to drink often or to eat and or drink noisily. And as we say that, there was a loose ball on the field. But they're calling him down by contact, bringing up a 2nd down. Too bad the defense couldn't bibble. They couldn't eat. They couldn't get that feast going. And the quarterback's gonna take it himself, and that's gonna be good enough for a guard 1st down. Brook Hill is moving here in this possession. Especially that they are up by 2 touchdowns. And the ball carrier takes it again.
Ball carrier number 21.
He gets another 3 to 4 yards on the carry.
About 3 on the play, brings up a 2nd down and 7.
And another second and 7, second and manageable for the guard. As the quarterback hands it off. 21 breaks a few tackles.
21 breaks the tackle, taken down. Just shy of the 1st down. Brings up a 3rd and short.
And they're going to call him short on the 1st down, bringing up 3rd and about a foot to go. And the quarterback takes it himself, and that's going to push him back. And a big stop by Tyler Skinner, his 2nd tackle for a loss of the game. And they're going for it here on 4th and about 2 yards to go. And he's looking to the sideline. Number 21 in the backfield. And number 5 takes it. He's throwing. And number 10 was wide open. It was wide open. But a flag comes out at the end.
Just before the reception. Block in the back.
And it's a block in the back on the Brook Hill Guard, pushing it back 10 yards. And that's going to be a 4th and about 11 yards to go. We're going to see if they go for it. We're going to see if they go for it on 4th down. And we have just surpassed the 4-minute mark of the 3rd quarter. And on 4th down, Brook Hill makes a completion for a 1st down inside the 20-yard line, inside the St. John red zone. And number 21 takes the ball again, and he's going to get a big gain, this time inside the 5-yard line. And they're going a hurry-up offense here with 1st and goal. And number 21 gets around to the side, and they're going to get him out of bounds at about the the ball is going to be at the 6-yard line. 2nd and goal. And number 21's going to run in and find the end zone for a Brook Hill touchdown. And here comes their funky formation on the extra point attempt. And they're going to go ahead and go for the extra point. The kick is up, and it is no good. Wide to the left. So that's going to keep it at a 20-0 ball game. And as we take this timeout, we're going to get you up to date on some baseball scores that may have changed since halftime. The Angels and Astros, in a big game for the Astros, are still tied up at 0 apiece in the top of the 6th. In that match between the Cubs and the Brewers, we're in the top of the 6th, tied at a 4-4 ball game. But more importantly, in that matchup in the blue turf in Boise, Idaho, We now have a 2-touchdown game. Virginia is taking the lead 28-14 as they just started the third quarter, with Virginia having the ball inside the Boise 20-yard line. And we are getting ready here for another kickoff. And it looks like it's very clear for all you Detroit Tiger fans out there that they believe they're going to cut ties with Brad Osmus, their manager, leaving the Lions with a chance to get a big return here, as he gets about a 20-yard return to the 35-yard line. So for all you Tiger fans,
Ball all the way to about the 36-yard line in line territory. 1st and 10 for the Lions.
I'm being told I may or may not be politically charged and correct, but we're going to move on with the football game here as the Lions take over on the offense, trying to get some points on the board, and a 20-0 lead in the third quarter. And Mark is going to throw it incomplete. There was a receiver in the field, therefore no intentional grounding. Bringing up a 2nd down and 10 to go. Definitely seeing some more pressure to Mark from the offensive line. Oh, is a late flag for intentional grounding, which is a loss of down and a back 'em up 15 yards. Bringing up a 2nd down and too long to go. Pinning the Lions inside their own 25-yard line. And it's an incomplete pass on the left side of the field. Keegan O'Connor could not come up with the play.
Brings up a 3rd and long for the Lions.
And it brings up 3rd down, and still a long way to go after that penalty. And here's another penalty, and it looks like it's going to be for a delay of game on the Lions offense, not on the Lions defense, on the Lions offense. Bringing up a 3rd and extra long. And the Lions are going to try to see if they can get some yardage here. And there's a bobble snap, and they're going to get maybe a yard on the play, bringing up a long 4th down.
Covered by Brook Hill.
Coach, I called it. I called it.
And for those still wondering, I'm still looking up that defensive delay of game. In a second. And that's a and it was a turnover on downs, and fumble. I'm sorry, there was a fumble on the play that Brook Hill now has the ball, but there is a penalty for an illegal man downfield, repeating the previous down, putting Brook Hill in still in good field position. And here's the first down. Quarterback's going to take the ball, and he's going to get upended by Keegan O'Connor. Gets a gain. And number 21 is going to take the ball, and he's going to get big gain. Make it a third and about 4 yards to go. So for those of you wondering, a delay of game on the defense can be called if after a play is ended, according to rules, that they fail to quickly yield the ball to the officials, prevent a player on offense from getting up, or kick the ball. I don't think maybe there's more to that rule. That's what we could find. Brook Hill is going to be incomplete. It was a forward pass. Bringing up fourth down and about 5 yards to go. And once again, we will not be out here next week. The Lions have an away game, but we will be here the week following with the homecoming football game. What? And Brook Hill scores a touchdown. And that's going to make it a 26-0 game. And they line up here for the extra point. Last time they did miss the extra point. Looking for this time to get some redemption. And the kick is up. And it is good. And it makes it a 27-0 football game. And with 1 minute and 4 seconds left in the third quarter, your score: Lions 0, Brook Hill Guard 27. And we're glad to see lots of views for our first live broadcast, but don't forget to tune in to the rest of the season, and we'll get you as many games as we can. Here we go with the kickoff from Brook Hill. And it's a short kick. And it's an onside. It's a short, high kick. And it's ending up recovering. And Brook Hill recovers the football at the 38-yard line. The 1st and 10 for them. Sending the Lions defense back on the field. And as we come to the end of the third quarter, and we have about 1 minute in the third quarter, but as we get to the end, we will be releasing our player of the game poll, and we will get you that at the end of the game. And there is a flag on the field.
30 Negro linemen downfield for the Brook Hill.
And it looks like an illegal receiver or lineman downfield, pushing the Brook Hill back 5 yards. Bringing up another replay of first down. That is the third time the Brook Hill Guard have committed that penalty. But they hand it off to 21 and get back past the line of scrimmage, original line of scrimmage, for about a 6-yard gain.
They're going to bring the ball back to the line of scrimmage. Extra yard, but it's a second down and 9.
And it's going to bring up a second down and about 9 to go. As it's getting loud here at St. John at SJ23 Stadium. Quarterback takes the snap. Number 21 gets the ball again, and he's going to get another about 2-yard gain.
21 taken down. Right back at the line of scrimmage. Right
And
as the end of the third
and that is the end of the third quarter. Your score, Lions 0,
quarter, ladies and gentlemen.
Guard 27.
4 minutes on the clock. Concession stand, I think, is still open.
And that, you know what that means. It's time for the, we're going to get ready for the player of the game nominees.
Everybody, our trash cans all around.
And here are your nominees for this week's player of the game.
It's a little wet out there, so be careful as you're walking on the grass.
We have Zig Sanchez, who's had 5 tackle for losses, including 2 very crucial at the beginning of the game. We have Keegan O'Connor, who had some very good catches late in the first half. Alex Sikafus, who's been a beast on the defensive side. And Tyler Skinner, who also has been a beast with 2 tackle for losses. Let's go. We want to hear we want to see your votes. So, YouTube viewers and anyone out there, we want to hear who you want player of the game. But for now, Brook Hill gets a big pass play, meeting them down to the 15-yard line. And we have a Lions player down. We have a Lions player down at about the 10-yard line. We're not quite sure what happened exactly, but he's definitely in pain. When we get that number to you, we will figure out what number it is. Zoom out. And we're still waiting. He's still on the ground. We're still trying to figure out who that is. And that is Nolan Deers. He's a sophomore. He's been in as running back and in receiver. Not quite sure what happened, but he is off of the sideline. Looks like he may have gotten hit in the groin area, knocking the wind out of him. But we'll see play continue here as Brook Hill drives down the field at the Lions' 15-yard line. And he looks to throw. And there's a flag on the field, and that looks like that's going to be pass interference against the defense. And it looks like he did push off just a little bit. That is a half the distance to the goal penalty, putting the ball at the 7-8 yard line, and that is an automatic first down, giving the Brook Hill a chance to score again at the beginning of the fourth quarter. And 21 takes the snap. He gets around this end, and that is a Brook Hill touchdown. And that is number 21's third touchdown of the game, making it a 33-0 game. And we're still waiting for those player of the game votes to come in. So tweet out who you think should win player of the game. And that is blocked. The kick is blocked. And the Lions seem to have come up with it. Oh, and there was, and he, and and there's seems to be a push on the field there. Looks like there's a WWE type Chuck Norris type play. No penalty on the field. The extra point is blocked. It's the second no good extra point, and it stays a 33-0 ball game. Lions are going to have to get some points on the board. And as I had mentioned earlier, don't forget we've got some fantastic football this coming 2 days. And we'll bring you some good football in 2 weeks when St. John 23rd Lions face off against the St. Joseph Flyers here in SJ23 Stadium. But for now, we'll get ready for the kickoff. And Brook Hill gets the kick, and they're going to kick it low and far. And Keegan. And that was a good return. Believe it was Keegan O'Connor on the return, putting the Lions at the 23-yard line, 1st and 10. Lions running out of time here to get some points on the board. And as I just have been pointed out, the Angels and Astros are still locked in at a 0-0 tie in the top of the 7th, but a runner is on first for the Angels. Mark hands the ball off to number 22, Nolan, to number 22, Tommy Lloyd. And there is 11.5 minutes left in this game, as the Lions there get no gain on the play. Oh, they're spotting him, giving him a 1-yard gain. And here's the snap. Mark gets out to the screen. Keegan O'Connor with the reception, getting out to the 25-yard line, and it brings up a long 3rd down, like as we've seen long before in this game. And Ian and Keegan are on this near side of the football field. Mark takes the snap, and he's going to run it. And Tommy Lloyd, takes the snap, and he's going to get about 6 yards, and that's going to bring up a fourth and 3. And it looks like they're going for it here on a 4th and about 3 yards to go. yards to go. Sorry, 4th and 4 with about 9.5 minutes to go. Mark takes the snap and he hands it off to Tommy Lloyd, and he gets just enough to get the first down for the Lions. Definitely in a positive, good position. And the drive stays alive. Stays alive as we get here on 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. And it gained about a yard, giving them giving 2nd down and about 9 to go. And brings up 2nd down and 9 from the inside the 40. And he's going to get stuffed back behind the line, bringing it back up to 3rd and about 10. With about 7. With about 8 minutes to go and counting.
8 minutes left on the ticker.
And Mark takes the snap again, and he looks to throw, and he's just short of Keegan O'Connor, bringing up a 4th and about 10 yards to go. And although losing effort, the Lions student section is still giving it the best effort they can. They're still looking lively, and so are we here in the press box, in the broadcast booth. And here's the punt, and it's a fabulous punt to about the 33-yard line, giving the guard field position at that point. On a nice punt. Don't forget to get those votes in next 7.5 minutes. We're going to give you our player of the game. And it's still close to Sam's perspective in our player of the game poll. So get your votes out there or put them in our YouTube chat, and we'll make sure to count those points. And the guard get out to the left side, right side, excuse me, to the right side, and it gets about, brings up a 2nd and 3 for the guard. And the band starts the Tomahawk Chop chant here, bringing some life back to the Lions defense. And that was a bad snap. It is bobbled, but Brook Hill is able to take the ball and get a 1st down, moving the chains to about the 44-yard line. And there's about 7 minutes left in this game on the clock. And the quarterback takes the ball, and he's going to get about 4 yards on the carry.
Quarterback keep. Gain of about 2 on the play. Second down and 8 for Brook Hill. 6 minutes, 35 seconds.
We want to hear your votes again for the player of the game. So get us your votes.
Number 13. Coverage was there for the Lions. Brings up a 3rd down.
And a 3rd down now
Third down
here
and long.
on the possession with the guard. 3rd and long for the guard, trying to get something on the board. Zoom in. And number 8 takes the ball, and he's going to get tackled at the line of scrimmage. Not that much. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. Let us know how we're doing on our camera work.
4th down for Brook Hill.
We want to hear your opinion so we can make our broadcast even better for next week. For 2 weeks, excuse me. And the score, for those of you still wondering, is 33-0 in the guard's favor. And a nice punt by the guard is going to roll. And that's going to be and that's going to give the ball to the Lions at the 1 yard line. Although it looked like it may have been a touchback. And the Lions are going to be way back inside their own territory with about 5 minutes and 45 seconds to go in this one. And the Lions are going to run it through up the middle, get about a yard or 2 on the carry, bring it up second.
About a yard or 2 on the play. 2nd down and long for the Lions.
Bring it up 2nd down and about 8 to go. And the Lions are trying to get something moving on this drive, and they get a few more yards on that 2nd carry, but he lost the football. Brook Hill thinks they have it. And they're saying that the Lions kept the football. Bringing up 3rd down and about 6 yards to go.
About 4 on the play, so brings up a 3rd and 5.
Lions have been decent at best on 3rd down conversions. Seeing what they can do on this 3rd and 5 from inside their own 20-yard line. Mark takes the snap. He's getting pressured. He throws, and that's going to be incomplete. And they're calling it a safety. Ladies and gentlemen, that adds 2 more points to Brook Hill's score, bringing it back to a 35 to nothing game in favor of the Brook Hill Guard. And on this instant, we're going to see a interesting kickoff here at 4:30 left to go. And as we take a look back into our world of sports, I think we still have a good one going on in Minute Maid Park. 0-0 in the bottom of the 7th. Angels and Astros still tied up. But there's a runner on second with 1 out. In that game in Boise, Idaho, Virginia has now taken a 3-touchdown lead, the biggest of the game, 35-14, halfway through the third quarter. More than halfway through the third quarter, excuse me. And as we get ready to get the kickoff from the 20-yard line here after the safety. And it's a good kickoff on a muffed return. And he's going to break through the middle, and he's gone to the races. 20, 10, 5, and gets into the end zone for a touchdown. Brook Hill adds 6 more points to the board, making it 41-0 here, waiting for the ensuing extra point. And here they are in their strange formation. But they get ready to kick the extra point. The Brook Hill kicker has made 4 extra points, missing 2, 1 blocked and 1 wide left. And this one is right through the middle for a good extra point, giving it a 42-0 lead in favor of the Guard. With about 4 minutes and 20 seconds left in the final quarter. And we still got a good one going on in Legacy Stadium here in Katy, Texas. Last time we checked in, it was 17-0 Katy High School. And we'll get you that score as quickly as we can. We're having some issues here. But here we go for the ensuing kickoff after that touchdown. Run back on the safety, and they're gonna have to move it out of the end zone, and that's going to be put at the 10-yard line after he touched the football. Had to come out of the end zone to make sure he didn't get another safety. And we do have a final score from Legacy Stadium. Katy beats Cinco Ranch 30-0. I believe that's their second win of the season. After after Hurricane Harvey delayed the first 2 weeks of the season. But here, very much of the same as the Lions are down 42-0. Maybe they can make a comeback and get some points on the board. Oh, and there's a muff snap, my bad. A botched snap, and the Lions recover as the clock keeps ticking. As the Lions see what they can do on this second down and 10 after the botched snap. And another fumble, and it looks like this one's going to be recovered by... It looks like it's a fumble, and it's recovered by Brook Hill, giving them field position at the inside the 5-yard line with about 3 minutes and 20 seconds to go in this one. The Lions defense is back on the field to protect protect their end zone. And if there's nothing better than deep in the heart of Texas, even when you're losing. And if you guys are having delay problems, we apologize. We may have a few things on our end. And that is a delay game on the Brook Hill offense. Bringing up a first down still from inside the 10-yard line. And he looks for the pass, and that's over his head, incomplete for a second down. Still inside the 10-yard line.
Brings up a second down and goal for Brook Hill. 3 minutes, 9 seconds left in the game.
We would like to thank, at this point, give a shout out to thank all those who helped us make this first broadcast possible, and especially a very successful broadcast. I'd like to give a shout out to the student section that's making some noise the whole game and has been amazing this whole 3-game home game stretch this season. But for now, we'll bring up a 3rd and goal for the Brook Hill Guard. And we'll see what the Lions defense can hold here. And number 21, the ball carrier, is gonna take it again. Excuse me, number 44, the ball carrier, took. And looks like the Lions might be able to get a stop here on 4th and goal with 2 minutes to go. We're inside the 2-minute mark. So, and they take the snap. The quarterback throws, and that goes through his hands, incomplete. That's going to be a turnover downs from the Lions defense. And the Lions offense is going to come out on the field again, see what they can do. And the St. John offense, we'll see what they can do here on this most likely final possession of the football game inside 2 minutes. And the student section chanting USA. It is America Day here at St. John 23rd Stadium. And the ball carrier, who's that? Tommy Lloyd's going to get no gain on the play, but it's going to bring up a 2nd and 10. Second down here with about a minute to go, as the ball keeps and it gets run through. Lions are going to get a 3rd and long situation with less than a minute to go in this ball game. And we would like to announce at this point, we have our player of the game, and it is playing on the offense, number 5, Mr. Keegan O'Connor, with some great catches at that end of the first half, putting the Lions in a chance for field position and a field goal. And at this point, it brings up a 4th down with about 12 seconds and counting to go. And that is going to be your ball game. Your final score from SJ23 Stadium. Your final score 42 Guard 42, Lions 0. We are going to bring you in 2 weeks of a homecoming football game, the St. Joseph Flyers against your St. John the 23rd Lions. And for now, I'm George Kopf, and alongside my cameraman, Brett Bailey. Good night from Katy, Texas. We'll see you next time.